Alright, this is going to be video one of several in the series. This video we're going to cover building a 383 small block Chevy named JK383. It's an 880 block, which is a ZZ4 base engine that we're going to build for a 1970 Nova. We're starting on the JK383 build. We've got the Summit 880 block, which is a ZZ4 block. It's already bored and stroked for a 383. The gentleman is going to put this in I believe a 70 Nova. So we'll just do some shots of the engine here and then start putting this thing together. Okay, I'm going to get ready and torque these main caps down. The inner bolts, they torque at 65 foot-pounds and the outer at 75. We'll take them all up to 40 before we do any of that, and we'll rock that crankshaft back and forth so we get them bearings seated correctly. So. Alright, we got 40 foot-pounds on these main caps here, and when doing so, rocking that crank back and forth before you torque everything down, you need to check the end play on the crank so that you got sufficient end play, and I don't think we do, but I've got the dial indicator set up, so we're going to check it. Okay, So we're going to check the in play. It looks like we're negative, let's see, negative 2,000. You can see. And then we slide the crank forward and we're 3,000. So we're right on the money on the in play. So that's good. Just didn't feel like it when I was putting it together. So that's good. Okay, time to start putting pistons together. We'll do a quick rundown on what we're actually putting in. We got forged H-beam rods here, part number. They're 6-inch rods. We got Molly forged pistons. We got the King bearings, and then we're going to start putting the snap rings and wrist pins in. It's all been washed. They're ready to go. So the rings you see here in the bag, I've already cut them down and sized them, so they're file fit already for each cylinder and they're marked. We'll go over them when we actually install the pistons. Now, I decided to interrupt the time lapse just to kind of show, I don't know if you can see, those little snap rings, they fit in here, and there's a little indentation for your screwdriver. You always want to put one side in. That way you can put your wrist pin through, and then just have to work on the other side as opposed to trying to work on two. So we'll go through and put the pins in on each side. Okay, most we're all halfway in, so we'll start assembling the pistons. Now, when you do your rods, there's two sides of the rod. There's a flat side of the rod, and then there's like this radius side. The rods are going to sit together. They're going to sit together flat to flat, like this. This radius side is going to be towards your crank. So when you put your rods on, make sure you put them the right way. Okay, we got the rods connected to the pistons. As you can see, this causes a little bit of confusion. You always need to go back and look just to make sure, but sometimes they ship an extra ring in, and sometimes you forget to put one in. So always make sure you go back. They don't always do that. Sometimes they do. Always make sure you go back and look for the one that's missing before you install it. we went ahead and put one half of the pistons in. I just wanted to make sure, you know, these aren't torqued. Just kind of tightened up. But I wanted to kind of look around here and make sure we had good clearance. This block has clearance, as you can see. You know, as the piston comes around here, make sure you get plenty of clearance on the rod caps. Same thing on the rods coming in towards the block. On this side, we got tons of clearance, so everything should work out pretty good. So we'll flip it back over and put the other half of the pistons in. Alright, I'm going to torque these rod bolts. The manufacturer's spec was 63 foot-pounds with ARP lube, which we put the ARP lube on when we put the pistons in. So, got my torque wrench set. We'll go ahead and start torquing. Alright, rotating assemblies put together. We're going to check side to side clearance here, make sure we're good all the way around. Okay. Hey, we got 20,000 side clearance. So we're good. All right, I'm going to check the deck clearance here. The dial indicator set on 0 on the deck plane. So we'll see how far down in the hole we are. Looks like go back just a little bit. There's the dwell. So Right about 15 thousandths in the hole. That'd be perfect. So we use that information, spec our head gasket to match the compression we want.
All right, that's it for the first recording of this series. Appreciate everybody watching. If you would, please like and subscribe. It'll help my channel grow. And stay tuned for following videos in this engine series.